All right, ladies and gentlemen, every single person in the room needs to have a whiteboard, their notebook, and a cell phone on their desk. Let's go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am recording yours. So, see, by me saying something to you, I remember. Here we go. Every single person is going to sign up for their AP course. I'm literally giving you 2 minutes right now to do it. Your class code is on my board right there. You get 2 minutes to do it. Who did it last night? Oh, you're my favorite people. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have 2 minutes. You're going to follow the instructions on the screen. I already have your code. It's on the board. Make sure you're typing in the correct code. You're going to apcentral.org. Did you already do it, Chris? Best. Just sit there and live your life, dude. If you did not do it last night, which is totally fine, no judgment. I mean, kind of judge, but still appreciate it. You are sitting there doing it now. What?
Where do we go?
Dude, read the instructions. 1, sign in. Sign in to my AP.
My fault.
Did you get it?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm waiting for Tula.
Okay. If you've already signed up for an AP course, it should be super, super easy. If I'm your only AP course, it's going to take a little bit.
Yeah, it should.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
Then
not
I would
loading.
get off Wi-Fi and just use your data.
It's not loading right there.
We're all on it. So it's not coming.
You're on data?
No, we didn't go.
Yeah, I just logged in. It said temporarily not.
Okay. Will you please? Okay. Listen to me. This is actually not the worst thing in the world because I need to get through content. Hi. Listen very carefully. You need to enroll before October 27th. I'm going to be reminding you every single day. If you look on Canvas, I uploaded all this information on there. It says sign up for AP exam. Yes. So if you need to pull up this information later, it's all there for you. You need to get it done. If you do not sign up for the AP exam, you do not take the AP exam. Yeah, like if you don't actually go in and do it, you don't get to take the AP exam and you're going to sit in this class for nothing. So, everyone's clear on the expectations. This is something you have to do that Samantha Bennett cannot do on your behalf. All right, perfect. All right, to the notebook. To your notebook. Here we go. On the very top of it, write it really large. 1750 to 1900. Write it nice and big because we are in a new time period, friends. 1750 to 1900. We are technically in Unit 5.
How many units are
11?
Almost halfway.
Yeah, we are hauling up because we got it. Okay. We are in 1750 to 1900. That is our new time, and we're going to start with the Enlightenment. And we got to move quick because I spent too much time in the Enlightenment because I think it's cool. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to write down this definition. The Enlightenment is a movement. Is a movement taking ideas from humanism and the Renaissance as well as the scientific revolution. That value reason over faith. Okay, so it is going to be based on reason. It is a movement by the people for the people. Oh my God, have you heard that term before? It's because we as Americans are the first ones to implement Enlightenment ideas into our government. So what did we say? For the people, by the people. Ah, that's why we have it. All right, so a couple things you do need to know. So the Enlightenment is going to be based on these things. Okay, you are going to skip a space and say scientific revolution. There's a couple things you do need to know about the scientific revolution. Okay, so skip a space and underneath it, right? Scientific revolution happens before. You need to know the scientific revolution happens before the Enlightenment. Okay? It changes Europe from religion-based to reason, math, and logic. So beforehand, everything tied back to religion. It's God's will. You know, God created it this way. With the scientific revolution, all of a sudden we're looking for proof. We're looking for science. We're looking for all of these components. You do need to know there is a new movement called Deism. Okay? Deism is right here. Okay? What you need to know is God exists but does not ordain. What that means is God created everything but put everything to order. Okay? God created everything but put everything to order. What that means is it's like God's like the clock maker. He organizes the clock, puts rules in place, but then lets the clock function without being involved. Okay? God created the law of gravity, the law of what other science laws are? Okay? Movement, motion, yeah. He created all these things to keep things working without him having to be involved. I'm not a science person. I talk about history all day. I don't know that shit. Okay? You should see how bad I am at math. Woo. Okay? So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, deists are believing that the world they are religious, but they believe that there is more math and science involved. Your major deists are going to be Thomas Jefferson, Isaac Newton, Copernicus. All of these people believe in God. They're still Christians, but they don't believe everything that's in the Bible. They don't believe God created the earth in 7 days. They do believe that God created the earth and put laws in place. Does that make sense? So we're starting to take a little more skepticism with the Catholic Church. You do need to know the Catholic Church is going to lose power because of the scientific revolution. This is really the beginning of a lot of secularism. People are starting to separate themselves out. Okay, so the scientific revolution is not going to do well for the Catholic Church. Keep in mind, the Catholic Church didn't recognize Copernicus's discovery that the sun is the center of the universe until 1991. Yeah, Pope John Paul is the one who said, yeah, Copernicus is right. We're not the center of the universe. That's kind of a problem. Anyway, so deism is a big thing. Okay, we're going to go back to our Enlightenment. The Enlightenment would not have occurred without the scientific revolution. We see this because people are now more skeptical and are now seeing things beyond religion and believe things can change. With that being said, in major Enlightenment theories is your next heading. The first thing is, every Enlightenment thinker believes in individual rights or natural rights. Every Enlightenment thinker agrees on the idea of natural or individual rights. Okay? That is the right to life, liberty, and property, which Thomas Jefferson changed to Pursuit of Happiness, but people accepted it because people just love Tommy. They love him. I actually love Thomas Jefferson too. Alright. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it then. Okay, so your major thinker is John Locke. Ladies and gentlemen, if you only memorize one Enlightenment thinker, make it John Locke. Guess whose idea is individual rights and natural rights? John Locke. He is the most important. He is the most influential in the American government system, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? John Locke believes in natural rights and the social contract. His big thing, governments rule by the consent of the people. Oh my God, is that something we believe in? Yes, because if the consent of the people is no longer there, what do? Burn it down. Burn it down. And that's all John Locke, okay? John Locke is talking about how governments only can rule if the consent of the people allows them to rule. John Locke. John Locke also believes in life, liberty, and property are individual rights that everyone should have. Spoken right off the cuff here of it. Now, you're also going to see that he is also going to believe that intellect is by environment, not genetics. Okay, and that is a very rare belief at the time. Okay, so he's just a really great guy. A really, really great guy. So John Locke, what a dude. Thomas Hobbes is your next one. Okay, Thomas Hobbes believes, okay, that life is better if we give some rights to the monarchy in order to ensure stability. How popular is he here? Not very popular. What country loves Thomas Hobbes? The British. The British love Thomas Hobbes. This is how they justify their power and authority. Okay, so the British are going to use Thomas Hobbes to justify it. We make a note of that. So the British love Thomas Hobbes. Thomas Hobbes is not particularly popular here in the United States. Or in France either, if we're being honest, because what do they do to their king? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Thomas Hobbes is all about strong monarchy. Okay. Philosophes. Okay. These are, I would just write that definition down. It's very effective. Okay. These are a group of 18th century thinkers and writers who explored social, political, and economic theories. They always pop up when you talk about Enlightenment, so you just kind of need to know what they are. They are just your subpar, and it sounds rude, but your subpar Enlightenment thinkers. They're the ones really engaging and challenging these major people in really great ways that kind of push things forward. Okay? So, the cool thing about the Enlightenment, it's sponsored by women! Yes! Women are the ones who get the Enlightenment really going because women are hosting dinner parties, inviting these brilliant thinkers to come and talk to their guests. It is women who are keeping these men fed in front of people and engaging, so much so when they start causing controversy, like Montesquieu gets arrested for a long time, like when he gets out of jail and stuff like that, he's got to hide and the women are hiding him. Like the women are super active in this whole movement and it's really cool. Okay, a couple things you do need to know. You do need to know that because literacy rates have gone up, that is why the Enlightenment is happening now. More people in Europe are reading than ever before. What invention is going to allow that to occur?
Coffee.
Well, coffee is going to have it because they're not all hammered by two, yes. But what invention is going to spur the reading, Andrew?
Printing press.
Gutenberg's printing press has been in Europe for about 250 years. Because of that, lots of people have been exposed to the printed word. So people are now reading in a much bigger way. This is important because it's average citizens that are going to cause this movement. Yes, there's some wealthy people. Montesquieu, Voltaire are both incredibly wealthy and they're part of the nobility. But most of it is normal, average people like you and I. Okay. Other big people that you need to know who are considered Enlightenment thinkers: Ben Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, and Adam Smith. You need to know who Adam Smith is. Okay. Now, you do know that Ben Franklin and Thomas Jefferson were our two biggest celebrities here in the Americas. So much so that we sent both of them to what country to gain support? The French, yeah. We sent our best celebrities. Okay, so imagine if we were sending Kim Kardashian to go be our envoy to, like, you know, Italy or something. Good God. That's exactly what we did with these two. Thank God they're a little bit more political savvy than Kim Kardashian. But she was funny on SNL, so she was. Okay. Adam Smith, you need to know. I'm not going to have you memorize everyone's books. There are a couple books that you just need to memorize. Adam Smith is one of them. Adam Smith wrote the book, Wealth of Nations. Okay? You need to know. He wrote the book, Wealth of Nations, and he is the father of capitalism. Okay? he is responsible for the whole world's economy right now. Isn't that impressive? Okay, he also came up with the idea of laissez-faire, which is right here. It is a French term, even though he's British, that says leave it alone. Adam Smith believes that governments need to stay out of economic issues. Okay, this opinion is still pretty popular. Whether you like Donald Trump, hate Donald Trump, doesn't matter. Donald Trump ran on this whole deregulation thing. Okay, and he deregulated a lot of markets here in the United States to both some positive and some negative consequences. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you talk to Donald Trump, he'll tell you he's a proud capitalist who believes in complete and utter deregulation. That is Adam Smith, is the father of all of that. So the whole idea of deregulation. Now, is there any such thing as complete deregulation in 2021? No, of course not. It's just not viable at this point. But he's this is the guy about it. Now, I'm going to skip Thomas Paine, but know that I love Thomas Paine. He is my historical crush. He's so cute and smart and witty. His jokes still read well off the page. Moving forward. I just want you to know that. Okay, reactions. Is that too much information for you?
We got right now, so that's great.
Well, it's Thomas Paine. He wrote Common Sense. It's actually very good. You should read it, but it's fine. Reactions to the Enlightenment. You're going to put, that's your heading. You're going to put a big star, though. Okay, the Enlightenment. Oh, no. I skipped someone. I skipped two people.
Oh.
I know. I skipped like two big people because I went straight to Adam Smith and then I wanted to talk about Thomas Paine, who I love. Sorry, dudes. Montesquieu! You can squeeze him in somewhere else, can't you? I'm sorry. I'm usually really good about it. True, not true?
True.
I'm usually really good about it, but oopsies. Oopsie poopsies. Alright. Montesquieu. He's right here. You need to know that he is all about separation of powers. He is all about the three branches of government. Oh my God. Is that what we have? Yes. That's why we have three branches of government, because of Montesquieu. Okay, so Montesquieu is all about the three branches of government and checks and balances, which is what our entire government is based on. And if you ask me, it's actually what I think is what we should be most proud of as Americans, is the fact that we can check every single branch, which is what makes us definitely not a monarchy. Okay, Voltaire is your next dude who I forgot to mention. Oopsie poopsies. He is all about individual rights. Okay, he's the reason why we have the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, yes? His big thing though is, he has two of them, freedom of religion and freedom of speech. Those are what he's really famous for, is Voltaire. Freedom of speech is what he really cares about because my man was in jail for like a third of his life. You know, he really pissed off the French government. Alright, so individual rights is Voltaire. Sorry, friends. But aren't you glad we got him? Let's do some boards to support them. How about that? There's a lot of names back there. On your whiteboard, please tell me what major event had to occur before the Enlightenment, which got Europe ready to discuss logic. Good, Taylor. Scientific revolution. On your whiteboard, who is the father of the Enlightenment? His ideas are the foundation of it. He is also the largest contributor to American government structure. Micah. John Locke. On your whiteboard, what is the name of the political theory that says, no, on your whiteboard, please tell me who's the guy who believes in three branches of government. They are able to check and balance each other. Who do we got, Hayden?
Baron Montesquieu.
Montesquieu. All you need is the last names here. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the name of the dude who believes in individual rights. Good. Chris. Voltaire. On your whiteboard, what is this new religious movement that they do believe in Christianity? They just believe that the Catholic Church doesn't have a necessary plea, right, Scott? Deism. That is why there's no official religion here in the United States, because they're all deists. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Ben Franklin, all of our founding fathers are all deists. And they wanted people to have the ability to kind of choose what religion they are and not to force it down on them, because if they believed if people had logic, they would choose what religion? Christianity. So they didn't want to force people to do it. Isn't that wonderful? Anyway, on your whiteboard, who's the father of capitalism? Good. Who is it, James? What is the name of his book? Which you need to know, because you're always going to be making comparisons between him and his book to Karl Marx and the Communist Manifesto. What do you got, Virginia? Wealth of Nations. On your whiteboard, what is Adam Smith's major theory about government no government regulation? It's not deregulation, because there was no rules. That the government should stay out of the way of the economy. What is it called? What we got, Maggie? Laissez-faire. Laissez-faire. All right, here we go. Reactions to the Enlightenment. Oh my God, you guys already have that written down? Wild. Oopsies. All right, reaction to the Enlightenment. You need to have a big star. This is really important. Okay, you are going to write down Enlightenment time period is 1600 to 1750. That's when we say the Enlightenment's happening. John Locke is really at the early turn of the 1700s, but we have some major thoughts beforehand. At the end of the Enlightenment, you're writing this down, at the end of the Enlightenment, we have the beginning of industrialization. And that is a huge deal, because the world is changing when we start industrializing. Can we agree? Okay, no more we agrarian societies or farming societies. We're now going to be urbanized cities. We're now going to start having jobs. Beforehand, did we have jobs? No, we just had lifestyles. If you were a farmer, you would just wake up and do your lifestyle farming, because that wasn't it. The idea of leaving your house and clocking in and clocking out, that does not start until the 1800s or the 1880s, really officially, when we really get going here. Okay, so what is important is life is changing significantly for the worse. Okay, things are getting worse for our people during the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. There are no laws protecting people. Conditions are terrible for workers. And everything is dirty. Like, there's filth, slums, tenements, there's pollution. People are living in cities, and the cities aren't prepared to have this many people in them. So it is just a terrible time to be alive. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is important that you understand the Industrial Revolution is just starting, because is this a good place for regular people like you and I? No. There is no government regulation in the industrial age, because as things start, there's no rules, correct? Then the government's like, oh shit, we should probably do something about this, and then when they slowly roll out regulation, we're going to see this again and again. So at the start of the Industrial Revolution, everything is in chaos. People are working 16 hours a day. Child labor is like, hell yeah, get the kids in. The smaller the better. Everything is on the table. Nothing is taken off the table, so not great. With that being said, we have new movements coming out of this. And the first major one is Utopian Socialism. So, I told you all of that to get to the point, life sucks, yes? If you are a worker in a factory, you have no rights, you're working all the time, it's dirty, it's dangerous, and if you lose your hand on the job, you have to pay for the fabric you ruined, and your medical bills, and you have no job. There are no protections. There is no decency. So, people are starting to want more. And Utopian Socialism is going to be the first ones. They think that building ideal communities will change the means of production. What that means is, by creating better societies, the quality of life for everyone will get better. Does this get realized? Partially. It is going to partially come about. It is going to lead to a new political thought called? No. Communism is going to come out of this. So we have to get there first. So, a couple people who you do need to know. You do need to know Henry de Saint. Okay? You do need to know he believes that people should work together to provide jobs. Okay? So, he believes that if there's more economic opportunity, people are going to have better lives. Now, here in the United States in 2021, do we believe this? Hello? Yeah, we do. We do. We're all about trying to get people more jobs. Now, do we believe in utopian societies? No, but we do believe by providing people jobs, it is the ability to pull themselves out. Now, I told you this because we have to get to this. So, because living conditions are terrible, people want to change society for the better. Yes? Okay? So, these utopian society ideas are coming out about changing society. One of the ways we do it is by feminism. Now, it is super important. Write down feminism. You absolutely need to know it. It's absolutely going to be on your AP exam in some way, whether in the multiple choice or in the essays. Okay, listen to me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I have a secret. I'm a feminist.
What does that mean?
Thank you so much for asking. Oh my God, thank you. Okay, feminist. I am a feminist. My husband is also a feminist too. I happen to know some really wonderful people who are feminists, and most people are feminists. It is really, really important that you hear me. Feminist is a shitty name for what I am. Feminist implies that I think I'm better than men and that I should be in charge, right? Like misogynist, men are in charge of women and women are less. Feminism is the belief in the equality. Write it down. Feminism is the belief in the equality of the sexes. I am a very proud feminist. I think I've hidden it well. No? Shit. I can't believe it. Just kidding. I really don't try hiding it too hard. With that being said, I don't believe that because I'm a woman, I'm better than any person in this room. However, I believe as a woman, I am equal to every single person in this room. And that's what feminism is about from the very beginning. So, this is my soapbox. I am declaring that if you believe men and women should be equal, you are a feminist too, despite the fact it sounds like it's man-hating and all that shit. It's not. It's not. It's equality. If you believe men and women should be treated equal, welcome to the club. We have great refreshments.
Was there a party?
Yes, dude, it's the best. Bomb old fashions. And I'm really working on my gimlets right now, and I will tell you, I'm making a coconut gimlet.
What's a gimlet?
Transform. It's a gin cocktail. It's delicious. Alright, here we go. Actually, I really don't even drink much liquor, like at all. I'm a beer and wine person, but my husband likes me better when he's drinking cocktails, craft cocktails. So here we are. See? Feminist. Still making cocktails for the husband. See? Here we go. Alright, so it's about women's rights and women equality. It's about women's rights because women are behind. So don't say, well, women just drives me crazy. Alright, so feminism is about women's rights, equality, and suffrage. What is suffrage? You can raise your hand and tell me what suffrage is. Maggie?
Isn't that the equality of pay?
No, it's not. It's not. What do you got? Hayden?
It's when women try to be able to vote.
Yes, it's voting.
Oh.
Suffrage, yeah. Suffrage is voting. So it is all based on that. Now, when we're talking about women's rights, you do need to know Olympe de Gouges' Declaration of Rights of Women and the Female Citizen. You do need to know it. You have to be able to go back to it. It is based on what will become the French Revolution Declaration of Rights of Man. We see what they did there? Hello? Okay, so you do need to be aware of that. You also need to be aware of Mary Wollstonecraft, A Vindication of Women. Okay, so now the Industrial Revolution is going to give women the opportunity to make these demands. Women are going to be in the factories alongside the men. There are more women in factories than men. Who can raise their hand and tell me why there are more women than men in the factories, Sophia?
Wasn't it because at the time there was like a war?
No. We'll have a war later. Wesley,
Would the men just like die?
do you just keel over and die?
Yeah.
No, men do not do that. Why are there more women in the factories? It's very logical. Hayden.
Is it because this is the first time they've been able to work?
No.
Oh, is it because the men are like building the factory?
Sophia?
Do they make textiles? Like work with textiles and stuff?
Oh my god, guys. What do you got, Henry?
There's no regulation, so it's like there's no rule saying you can't.
No. Wouldn't that be wonderful? We're cheaper.
Oh. Oh my god.
In a factory, like a man would get like 50 cents an hour, a woman would get 10 cents. So for one man, you can get like 3.5 women. Or actually like 4.5 women. Or 5. Yeah. Oh, see the math thing coming back? Yeah, you can get more women. But guess who's getting the good salaries? Men, of course, obviously. Of course. Now, keep in mind, we're also going to have this whole other double burden thing, and you do need to be aware of the double burden. Write it down. Okay, so women are fighting for these rights and able to go and work. Why is it important for women to be able to work? Well, it makes more money for the family. So husbands were happy to send their wives to go to the factories because they needed more money for their family. Keep in mind, I would go to work, I would come home, and guess whose name's on my paycheck?
Your husband's?
My husband. Women couldn't open a bank account in the United States until 1957. 1957! It would all be in your father's name, and then it's your husband. That's who owns all your stuff. You own nothing. You also don't own your own children, ladies and gentlemen.
What if you're a single mother?
You go home and everything's in your father's name. Okay, so feminism is a huge thing coming out of it. Of course, we're going to have a Seneca Falls Convention. It's because women are now working outside the home, and they are also trying to gain the rights that are now on the table. The Enlightenment is it is going to be pushed by women, and women want to benefit from it. You need to understand it. Women are active participants. There are Enlightenment women writing. There are women hosting the parties. The Enlightenment is handed on because of women. The Industrial Revolution is carried on the backs of women. Women are the ones in the factories making money, doing all these things right alongside the men, and the women want their time in the sun as well. Okay, abolitionism is going to be another movement that is going to come out of this. What is abolitionism? What do we got, Hayden?
It's like the fight to end slavery.
Yes, okay. We have a bunch of abolitionists here in the United States, of course, because we're going to deal with it, okay, as a huge moment. So, slave trade is going to become illegal in the early 1800s. However, owning slavery is not going to be banned worldwide until 1888. Isn't that a nice way to remember it? Isn't that lovely? 1888 is literally the last year of slaves. So slavery doesn't get officially abolished worldwide until 1888. And the last country to do it is Brazil. The first country to abolish slavery is actually going to be England. First country to do it is England, and they do it in the 1760s? 1770s? Oh, no. They don't have it up there.
Wait,
Okay.
the last country to abolish slavery
Is going to be Brazil. Why is Brazil the last country to abolish it? It makes perfect sense, Parker.
They were lied so much on.
Yeah, they relied completely for the sugarcane, so that's why the last country to give it up. Okay, so you do need to know that they're going to continue fighting for it. All of these ideas are starting to come out of this Enlightenment, using logic, thinking of the best of humans, all of these things. Guess who's going to fight for slavery? Women! Women are the largest purveyors of abolitionism. Absolutely. We're the ones organizing the parties, printing the flyers, getting people going. Of course, the big names are men. However, a lot of your abolitionist men, we are finding out in the last couple decades that it's actually the wives who are writing a lot of the pamphlets. So pretty cool. So women are huge players in this stuff, but we're not getting the credit for it. Okay, Zionism. This is going to be a huge topic that we're going to keep coming back to. Zionism is the belief that the Jews should have a homeland in their homeland, which we call modern day Israel. So the Zionist movement is going to start in the 1850s. Okay, so the Zionist movement is a big deal. Is this going to shape worldwide politics? Yeah, the Middle East is a hot mess because of this. Okay, so there's both pros and cons to the creation of the state of Israel. Can we agree? Okay, and we're going to talk about that in great depth as we get closer to 1947, which is when the UN in its first charter are going to create it in 1947 as an apology to the Jews for the Holocaust. Because of that action, there's been both wonderful things. There's also been terrible things, and as Americans, you need to have an opinion on whether the creation of the state of Israel is a good thing or a bad thing. Because every single year, the United States gives Israel about $1 billion to protect itself. So it is a very big deal. All right, you do need to know Theodore Herzl is your big guy behind it. And Zionism is about the anti-Semitism Jews are experiencing and how they should have their own homeland. Okay, so, all right, guys, we're killing it. This is great. All right, let's do some whiteboard stuff, shall we?
You have less than 2 minutes.
Less than 2 minutes? Perfect. How are we feeling? Do we at least like this stuff?
Yeah. It's just stuff I know.
It's familiar. Isn't that nice? All right. On your whiteboard, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm good. Are you good?
Yeah.
Should we keep going?
No.
Oh, no, I think we can go.
I think this is good.
Actually, I'm really proud of where we are, and we blew first, second period out of the water.
Yeah.